everyone, it's Steven, and on Tech Talk Tuesday we're going to be going over topographic maps. So I have here a couple different types of topographical maps, one of the Rocky Mountain National Park and the other of Blanca Peak, which is a 14,000 foot peak here in Colorado. So topographic maps, they help us visualize 3D terrain on a flat piece of paper. And the main thing you're going to notice are these lines here on a topographical map. These are called contour lines, and those indicate elevation. You can see numbers here indicating what elevation they're at. So those contour lines are very important. There's also index lines, which are the darker lines on the map that you see, and each one of those darker lines has a number associated with it. These contour lines indicate 40-foot intervals. So every time you see another line, that's a 40-foot difference in elevation. The big thick lines right here and right here are 200-foot difference in elevation. So you have a scale here on each map that you find. This scale, if you open it up, is shown right here. So scale is 1 in 24,000, meaning for every inch on this map, it indicates 24,000 inches in the real world. So the smaller ratio you have, that means the more detail that you'll have on the map. This Rocky Mountain National Parks map, let's see if we could find the scale. Usually the scales are located in the legend area when you open up the map. So this one has it right here. Okay, so the contours are a little different because this one has approximate scale of 1 in 50,000. So every inch on this map represents 50,000 inches in the real world. So the first map I showed you is called a quad map, and it's from the U.S. Geological Survey, and these are produced by the government, and a lot of them are very old, but they've been updated. You can find the date on various places throughout them. This one is showing where true north and magnetic north are, and a declination, which is just how much off true north is from magnetic north, right here. And that was updated most recently, let's see if it shows a date, in 2004. The map was originally produced in 2001, and this stamp is showing that everything was confirmed or updated in 2005. So a lot has changed since 2005. There may be more buildings or different routes, so that's something to keep in mind when you are using a map and trying to find where you're going. So there's a few other things to notice about a map. This one uses UTM, which is also known as Universal Transverse Mercator, and latitude longitude. So the UTMs are shown right here. That's just a way of pinpointing where you are on the map or telling somebody else where they can find you. The latitude longitude is also a way of doing that. It's just a little different method. So both can be used. UTM seems a little more straightforward, and it goes by tens, versus the lat and longitude, which goes by minutes, degrees, seconds. So there's a few other things to notice on the map. We have the legend down here that you can refer back to all these different lines and symbols. Most of the important ones are located in the legend, so you can see that this right here is showing a type of road. And then we have a few other things. Let's see if we could find them. Alright, one thing to notice on a map is where the water is. That's always an important feature. So right here we have a blue line, and that's always going to indicate water. The blue line right here is a small stream or river, and that's flowing downhill. Let's see if we could find another one. So right here is also another stream, and these contour lines can also help you find them. When you see a V in the contour line, that's a good indication of either a ridge or a stream. And if it's a stream, the top of the V is always going to show the source of the water. So that means the top of the V is more uphill than that wide part, and that stream continues to flow downhill. When you look at this part here, there's kind of some wide U-shaped looking contour lines, and that means that's a ridge. So that might be a good place to walk on. And as it shows there, there's a road. So that road is a little easier than something with closer contour lines. So when I say closer contour lines, I'm referring to something where there might be a big peak, which is on this map Blanca Peak. So these contour lines are very, very close together, and that means it's a very, very steep area. We can find some place that's really open or flat because these contour lines are very far apart. So just to show you another map, this is the Rocky Mountain National Park map, as you can see here. And this one was produced by the park. So it has a lot of similar features. It definitely has those contour lines, and it has the legend down on the other side that you can refer to in case you want to know what anything means. So that's the basic of how to use a map. One thing I like to do is take a compass with me, because often maps and compass go hand in hand. And down here you can see the scale, and I like to know how far distances are, and it's hard to match that. So when I have my compass, I usually have a string attached to it, and I'll go ahead and lay that string next to the scale and then make little marks on my string so I know how far a mile is. Then I can go to my map and use those lines I made and find out distances. So from this road where this thumb is right here to this point here on the road over here, right there, is exactly a mile. So it's nice to have a few different gadgets with you when you're using a map. The compass is always a great thing to have. So there you have it. That's the basics on how to read a topographic map. And next time I'll show you a little more detailed information about them and possibly how to match up and integrate the compass with the map. So thank you all. Bye.